Over the last few weeks, we've gone full bore into stone countertops. I'm laughing before I finish that. Full bore, that wasn't even planned. More mining jokes. Anyways, a lot of that information has confirmed some people's decisions or maybe steered them in a specific direction, and some of that information has even disappointed folks who had their hearts set on a specific stone. Now, there are a lot of blogs out there telling you which stone countertop is best, but what is best for one person might not be best for another. So I want to hit pause, I want to stop the deep dive for a little while and not discuss another stone option this week, but instead pivot and discuss 5 questions that can help you select the right stone countertop for you. Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and before we dive in today, I want to take a quick second and say thank you. If the first 2 months of this year are any indication, we are on pace to smash last year's 250 plus kitchen designs, and well, all I can say is thank you, because it is you that has made that happen. So if you're on the fence or thinking about, a second set of eyes looking over your plan, or you want help throughout the entire process, head over to our studio, reach out, I'd love to work with you. Alrighty, today I want to make a pseudo buyer's checklist or question list that is going to help you solve the question of which stone countertop is best for you. Now, I'm also going to throw engineered quartz into the mix because for most people it is on a short list when it comes to that countertop material. So what is the very first thing you should consider when it comes to selecting a countertop for your kitchen renovation? Well, I'm going to say it's the color palette of your kitchen. Yes, I'm going with aesthetics as one of the most important things to decide and get out of the way right off the bat. Not functionality, not durability, none of that, aesthetics. And the reason for this is because it's going to narrow down your selection pretty quickly right off the bat. So some things to consider. Do you want a natural look? This will drive you to selections with more natural veining or mineral swirls, typically found in natural stone options. However, some of the higher end quartz is getting pretty good at being a mimic. Another thing to consider is if you want darker or lighter options. So have you already chosen your cabinetry colors or maybe your flooring? Have you already settled on a few different wall colors? All of these need to play nicely together, be it in similar tones or through contrast. So don't be afraid to bring cabinet doors or flooring samples, maybe even paint chips to the stone yard when you're looking at slabs. If you already have a focal point in your kitchen, it's probably worth finding countertops that are a little more subdued. Say it's your range or your range hood, maybe it's your cabinet, and that's where you want the attention to be drawn, where people's eyes should go when they see your kitchen for the first time. If that's the case, find a countertop that blends in with them seamlessly and doesn't become a distraction or compete for attention. Finally, when it comes to aesthetics, you should decide on which finish you want to see on your countertops. Whether it is your more standard ones like polished or honed or leathered, or maybe some more unique ones like antiqued or flamed. Not all of these are going to be available in every stone selection and will help to narrow down your choices. The next thing to consider is what level of maintenance are you willing to endure? And be honest with yourself. We did a video a few months back discussing some of the renovation trade-offs that can occur, and one of the things we talked about was designing for you versus the hypothetical you. When it comes to maintenance for your countertops, it's no different. If you aren't the most meticulous person when it comes to cleaning up or wiping up spills as you're cooking, it's probably not going to change when you have thousands of dollars worth of marble countertops sitting on top of your cabinets. So go with something that's a little less porous, something that doesn't etch as easily, and something that's maybe a little bit more durable, like quartzite or granite. It's also important to remember that maintenance is a sliding scale. Different stones are going to require different levels of maintenance, and even the type of sealer can impact how much maintenance is required. Heck, even within each individual grouping of stone, you can have different levels of maintenance depending on the mineral composition of the slab. But if you want a truly maintenance-free kitchen countertop, I mean, wipe it down and forget about it. No sanding, no sealing, no worrying about etching, staining, that sort of stuff. It's hard to beat a good engineered quartz. And in fact, I've never met somebody that has regretted going that engineered quartz route after the renovation has been completed. It is at this point that it's probably a good idea to start thinking about durability. Do you want a durable countertop or something that is going to develop a bit of a patina over time? This breaks the stone options we've discussed pretty well down the middle. On that softer side, the side that's going to develop a bit of a patina over time is marble and soapstone. On the other side, hard as a rock, quite literally, you have quartzite, granite, and engineered stone, our quartz countertops. For most folks, the choice is pretty easy here. You either want a stone that can take some abuse, is more resistant to scratching, nicks, and chips, Or you're happy with a stone that is going to change over time, take on a bit of a life of its own, representing the fact that you actually use and live and work in your kitchen. I'll also throw heat resistance under this heading, but I think it's pretty clear where I stand on the subject. Just use a dang trivet.
Okay.
Do it. Do it.
All right.
Now, something worth remembering is you will probably wind up with more than one kitchen over your lifetime. One of our community members just left a great comment reminding me of this, that we can have different choices depending on where we're at in our lives. So if you're younger, maybe it's your first kitchen renovation, you're starting a family, you have lots of little hands moving around, lots of things, busy schedule, you're always on the go, you're probably not looking to look after countertops or throw that on top of the to-do list or the chore list, if you will. You just want countertops that are going to work for you, something durable, low maintenance, and easy. However, maybe later in life, the kids have moved out, you've got an empty nest, and that countertop maintenance is no longer seen as a chore or a headache, and you don't mind selecting an option that's going to require a little bit more work to keep it beautiful. At number 4, consider how environmentally friendly you want to be. Now, it was interesting to see. I put up a poll a couple weeks ago, or maybe 7-10 days ago, and about 2/3 of you indicated that you do place some importance or some level of importance on the environmental friendliness of the products you use during a renovation. This was pretty cool to see because I work in an industry that is rather crappy when it comes to generating copious amounts of waste and really caring about sustainability or environmental impact. Now, obviously, sustainability or environmental impact is a sliding scale. However, if you are looking to minimize that carbon footprint and you are looking to find a slightly more sustainable choice, there are a few things that you can consider. First of all, think local or domestically quarried stone over that of, say, an international option. Regardless of where you live, this will narrow down your options pretty quick. The same goes for engineered stone. It is produced all over the world and often uses a similar technology. However, some of the ingredients, specifically the binders and resins, will vary widely from manufacturer to manufacturer. No matter which way you go, there's going to be some sort of environmental impact, and there's probably going to be somebody that told you you made a bad choice. However, the goal here is not perfection, it's to find the right balance that you are comfortable with. Last but not least, we have price. And this could have gone pretty well anywhere on the list, depending on how you rank it in terms of importance. Some people don't find it all that important, but I tend to believe that the budget monster comes out for all of us at one point or another. However, the way I see it is that most stone countertops already fall at the upper end of the countertop budget spectrum. And if you're already willing to allocate those dollars out of your budget to buy stone countertops, then you're probably willing to stretch that budget a little bit further to find the perfect stone. I also believe that countertops are a great place to splurge during a kitchen renovation because not only are they critical in how we use and work in the space, they also play a pretty big impact in saleability down the road. Or at least I'm pretty sure they do. We're gonna find out when we have our guests come on in a couple weeks' time. The beauty of these questions is we can all assign our own level of importance to each specific area. Heck, there's even a natural sliding variability in the answers. Whether it's durability or maintenance, maybe porosity or cost, no two stones are going to be alike. Answering these questions will help narrow down the thousands of choices available into something a lot more manageable. You know, renovations are already stressful enough. Picking your countertop should be fun. Going and selecting your slab should be fun, not more stress. As always, guys, thanks a ton for joining me and watching this week's video, and I can't wait to see all of you next week.